Shiga Prefecture is a prefecture of Japan, which forms part of the Kansai region in the western part of Honshu Island. It encircles Lake Biwa, the largest freshwater lake in Japan. The capital is Ōtsu. History: Shiga was known as Omi Province Ōtsu before the prefectural system was established. Omi was a neighbor of Nara and Kyoto, at the junction of western and eastern Japan. During the period 667 to 672, Emperor Tenji founded a palace in Ōtsu. In 742, Emperor Shomu founded a palace in Shigaraki. In the early Heian period, Seiko was born in the north of Ōtsu and founded Enryaku-ji, the center of Tendai, and won a UNESCO World Heritage Site and Monument of Ancient Kyoto now. In the medieval period, the Sasaki clan ruled Omi, and afterward the Rokkaku clan, Kyogoku clan and Hizai clans ruled Omi. In the 1570s, Oda Nobunaga subjugated Omi and built Azuchi Castle on the eastern shores of Lake Biwa in 1579. Todo Takatora, Gamo Yuji Sato, Oichi, Yodadono, Ōtsu and Oio were Omi notables in the Sengoku period. In those times, ninja were active in Koka. In 1600, Ashida Mitsunari, born in the east of Nagahama and based in Sawayama Castle, made war against Tokugawa Ieyasu in Sekigahara, Gifu. After the battle, Ieyasu made Naomasa a new lord of Sawayama. Naomasa established the Hikone domain, later famous for Inausuke. Inausuke became the Tokugawa shogunate stero and concluded commercial treaties with the Western powers and thus ended Japan's isolation from the world in the 19th century. Besides the Hikone domain, many domains ruled Omi such as these. With the abolition of the Han system, 8 prefectures were formed in Omi. They were unified into Shiga Prefecture in September 1872. Shiga Prefecture was named after Shiga District because Ōtsu belonged to the district, until 1898. From August 1876 to February 1881, southern Fukui Prefecture had been incorporated into Shiga Prefecture. In 2015, Shiga Governor Taizo Mikazuki conducted a survey asking citizens whether they felt it necessary to change the name of the prefecture, partly to raise its profile as a destination for domestic tourism. Geography: Shiga borders Fukui Prefecture in the north, Gifu Prefecture in the east, Mie Prefecture in the southeast, and Kyoto Prefecture in the west. Lake Biwa, Japan's largest, is located at the center of this prefecture. It occupies 1/6 of its area. The Sato River flows from Lake Biwa to Osaka Bay through Kyoto. This is the only natural river that flows out from the lake. Most other natural rivers flow into the lake. There were many lagoons around Lake Biwa, but most of them were reclaimed in 1940s. One of the preserved lagoons is the wetland Unomihakuman, and it was selected as the first important cultural landscapes in 2006. The lake divides the prefecture into 4 different areas: Kōoku-centered Nagahama, Kosei-centered Imazu, Koto-centered Hikone and Konan-centered Ōtsu. Plains stretch to the eastern shore of Lake Biwa. The prefecture is enclosed by mountain ranges with the Hara Mountains and Mount Hiei in the west, the Ibuki Mountains in the northeast, and the Shizuoka Mountains in the southeast. Mount Ibuki is the highest mountain in Shiga. In Yogard, a small lake is famous for the legend of the heavenly robe of an angel, which is similar to a western swan maiden. Shiga's climate sharply varies between north and south. Southern Shiga is usually warm, but northern Shiga is typically cold with high snowfall and hosts many skiing grounds. In Nakanokawachi, the northernmost village of Shiga, snow reached a depth of 5 5.6 meters in 1936. As of the 1st of April 2014, 37% of the total land area of the prefecture was designated as natural parks, namely the Biwako and Shizuoka Kansai National Parks and Koto, Kutsuki Katsuragawa, and Mikami Tanakami Shigaraki Prefectural Natural Parks. Municipalities. Cities. 13 cities are located in Shiga Prefecture. Towns. These are the towns in each district. Merges politics. The current governor of Shiga is Taizo Mikazuki, a former member of the House of Representatives from Shiga, who was elected in July 2014 to succeed Governor Yukiko Kada. The Prefectural Assembly has 47 members from 16 electoral districts and is still elected in unified local elections. As of July 2014, the Assembly was composed as follows: LDP 21 members, DPJ Kenman Network 12, Taiwan Nokai, Shiga Net 5, LDP Sashin Nokai 5, Komito 2, Your Party 1, Independent 1. In the National Diet, Shiga is represented by 4 directly elected members of the House of Representatives and 2 of the House of Councillors. For the proportional representation segment of the lower house, the prefecture forms part of the Kinki bloc. After the most recent national elections of 2010, 2012 and 2013, the directly elected delegation to the Diet from Shiga consists of, in the House of Representatives for the 1st District in the West, Toshitaka Oka, LDP, first term, for the 2nd District in the Northeast, Kenichiro Ueno, LDP, second term, for the 3rd District on the southern shores of Lake Biwa, Nobuhide Takemura, LDP, first term, for the 4th District in the southeast, Takaya Muto, LDP, first term, in the House of Councillors in the class of 2010, Kumiko Hayashi, DPJ, second term, in the class of 2013, Takeshi Ninoyu, LDP, first term. Economy. Cultivated areas occupy nearly 1/6 of the prefecture. Rice is the principal crop. Over 90% of the farmlands are rice fields. Most farms are small, producing only a slight income. Most farmers depend on income from other sources. Eastern Shiga is famous for cattle breeding and southeastern Shiga is famous for green tea. On Lake Biwa, some people are engaged in fishery and freshwater pearl farming. Since the medieval period, especially in Edo period, many Shiga people were active in commerce and were called omi merchants, sometimes omi thieves by other envious merchants. For example, Nippon Life, Itochu, Marubeni, Takashimaya, Oakol and Yanmar were founded by people from Shiga. In the hometowns such as Omihakuman, Hino, Gokasho and Toyozata, the mansions were preserved as tourist attractions. Beginning in the 1960s, Shiga developed industry, supporting major factories owned by companies such as IBM Japan, Canon, Yanmar Diesel, Mitsubishi, and Tora. According to Cabinet Office's statistics in 2007, the secondary sector of the economy accounted for 44.8% of gross Shiga product, the highest proportion in Japan. Traditional industries include textiles, shigaraki ware, butsudan in Hikone and Nagahama, medicines in Koka, and fan ribs in Adagawa. Demographics. The population is concentrated along the southern shore of Lake Biwa in Ōtsu City and along the lake's eastern shore in cities such as Kusatsu and Moriyama, which are within commuting distance to Kyoto. The lake's western and northern shores are more rural and resort-oriented with white sand beaches. In recent years, many Brazilians settled in Shiga to work in nearby factories. 26,471 foreigners live in Shiga and 36% of foreigners were Brazilians as of December 2010. Culture. Biwa Town is a home of the Tonda traditional bunraku puppet troupe. Founded in the 1830s, the group is one of the most active traditional bunraku puppet theaters in Japan outside the National Theatre in Osaka. Toyozato and Higashiomi are known to a mecca of Goshu Ondo. Museums include the Sagawa Art Museum in Moriyama, the Lake Biwa Museum in Kusatsu, and the Miho Museum in Koka. In Koka, in India, house is preserved as a visitor center. Cuisine. Since ancient times, Shigans have eaten fish from Lake Biwa. The most famous lake food is fermented sushi of Crucian carp. It retains the ancient style of sushi and has a pungent odor. Shiga is also famous for high-quality Wagyu Omi beef. The Hikone domain presented beef as medicinal food to shoguns. In addition, tsukemono of root crops, mallard nabe, mallard sukiyaki in northern Shiga, red-colored konjac in Omihachimin, salmon with grilled mackerel in Nagahama, and lightly seasoned champon in Hikone are examples of specific cuisine in Shiga. Mass media. Biwako Broadcasting broadcasts local TV programs. NHK has a broadcasting station in Ōtsu. Shiga is the only prefecture which has no regional newspapers. Kyoto Shimbun is a de facto regional newspaper of Shiga. Education. 10 universities, 2 junior colleges, and a learning center of the Open University of Japan operate in Shiga. Shiga University. Shiga University of Medical Science. University of Shiga Prefecture. Sein University of Art and Design. Saizen University. Nagahama Institute of Bioscience and Technology. Biwako Gakuon University. Biwako Seiki Sport College. Ritsumikan University. Rukoku University. Shiga Junior College. Shiga Bunkyo Junior College. Sports. The following sports teams are based in Shiga. Basketball, Shiga Lake Stars. Volleyball, Tora Arrows. Football, Mio Biwako Kusatsu, Sagawa Shiga FC. Tourism. Shiga has many tourism resources, but Shiga is overshadowed by its much more famous neighbor Kyoto. Over 4 million foreign tourists visited Japan in 2000, but only 65,000 visited Shiga. The main gateways to Shiga are the Maibara Station in northern Shiga and the city of Ōtsu in the south. The Maibara Station is about 2 hours and 20 minutes away from the Tokyo Station by the Tokaido Shinkansen. It is easy to go to Ōtsu from Kyoto and Osaka by high-speed trains. Shiga's most prominent feature is Lake Biwa. The northern shore is especially scenic, such as the cherry blossoms of Kaizu Osaki in spring and the sacred island Shikubushima. The western shore has white sand beaches popular among Kyotoites during the summer. The scenery of the southern shore, particularly around Ōtsu, was selected as Omi Hake, or 8 views of Omi, popularized by Hiroshi Chizuki. Most of the original 8 views are now almost gone, changed from centuries ago. One remaining view is the Yukimido floating temple building at Mangetsushi Temple in Katata, northern Ōtsu. It was reconstructed with concrete in 1937, but a small temple still stands on the lake near the shore, accessible by a short bridge. Another scene features Ishiyama-dera Temple in southern Ōtsu, which is also renowned for having a room where Lady Murasaki thought up the plan for some chapters of Tale of Genji. The many mountains around the lake offer beautiful views. Mount Hira is a popular picnic spot. Mountain roads like the Okubiwako Parkway Road up north and the Hyeizan Driveway and Okuhye Driveway overlooking the southwestern shore. In Ōtsu, the Ōtsu Prince Hotel's Top of Ōtsu restaurant provides a panoramic view of the lake and city. The Michigan paddle wheelboat offers lake cruises. Besides natural beauty, historical buildings and festivals, persons rank among those of national importance. Shiga has 807 national treasures and important cultural properties that ranks the fourth large number in Japan. Shiga's most famous historical building is Hikone Castle, one of 4 national treasure castles in the country. The castle tower is well preserved and has many cherry trees. The neighboring city of Nagahama has tourism in addition to its Hikayama festival. Notable shrines include Hiyoshi Taisha in Ōtsu and Taga Taisha in Taga, which respectively head the 7th and 20th largest shrine networks in Japan, at about 4,000 shrines and 260 shrines, respectively. Unique festivals include the Hikayama Festival, held in 10 areas such as Nagahama, Ōtsu, Maibara, Hino and Minakuchi. The Nagahama Hikayama Festival, held each April, is one of the 3 major Hikayama festivals in Japan and was designated an important intangible cultural property in 1979. During this festival, ornate floats are mounted with miniature stages on which boys act in kabuki plays. Higashiomi City holds a giant kite festival every May along the river bank. Ordinary people are invited to pull the rope that sends the kites aloft. Transportation. Railways: West Japan Railway Company, Tokaido Main Line, Hokuriku Main Line, Kusatsu Line and Kosei Line. Central Japan Railway Company, Tokaido Shinkansen and Tokaido Main Line. Keihan Electric Railway, Ishin Line and Ishiyama Sakamoto Line. Omi Railway Main Line, Yokkaichi Line and Taga Line. Shigaraki Kogen Railway, Sakamoto Cable. Roads: Meishin Expressway, Shin Meishin Expressway and Hokuriku Expressway pass through Shiga. National Highway Route 1821 161, 303, 306, 307, 365, 367, 421, 422 and 477 connect with neighboring prefectures. 2 bridges span southern part of Lake Biwa. Boats. With development of land transportation in the 20th century, waterborne transportation in Lake Biwa was disused except for steamer services to islands on the lake and pleasure boats. Notable people from Shiga Prefecture. Suisuke Uno, the 75th Prime Minister from Moriyama. He was one of the shortest-serving Prime Ministers in Japan, holding office for only 3 months. Takanori Nishikawa, a singer and actor from Hikone and Yasu. He is also active as the first cultural ambassador for Shiga. Ozaki, a musician and songwriter, known for work as guitarist of Versailles. Sister states. Shiga has cooperative agreements with 3 states: Rio Grande do Sul, Brazil; Michigan, USA; Hunan, China;